This is Battambang. So this video actually starts on a little bit of a sour note. We can have a little bit of a rant about Southeast Asia, and I don't do this very often because I love this part of the world. But the use of plastic in this country and all of Southeast Asia is just criminal. Look at this, look. So one coffee, plastic bag, proper thick plastic cup, lid and straw. That cup back home could be used 100 times before it's chucked in the bin. Here, it will just go straight in the bin. Need to be using less plastic in Southeast Asia. I cannot tell you enough how much plastic we have seen on fields on the side of the roads in Southeast Asia. In the last video, we showed you day one of Battambang, arriving and getting set up. Check that video out. I'll leave a link in the description. This video, we're going to do 2 full days in Battambang, exploring as much as we can before we head on to Siem Reap. So for our first stop in Battambang, we've come to Banan Temple, which is on the top of a hill. It is roasting red hot, so we're probably going to be very sweaty getting to the top. There is, I think, 200 to 300 steps to get there?
400 nearly.
Oh, 400. Okay, well, we'll check back in once we get to the top. I'd imagine we'll not look as fresh as this. So, a couple of facts whilst you're on the way up. It was built in the 11th century by the Khmer Empire as a gift to the gods. And entrance costs $2 each, or 8,000 real. So again, nice and cheap. It is actually 358 steps to be precise to get to the top. So that took a bit of an ugly turn. In the space of 5 minutes just walking up this temple, the monkey that I've just taken a video of, unprovoked, has just attacked me and Carly. We've not necessarily got anything on us that they could take off, maybe Carly's bag, but it's all concealed. But the monkey's jumped on Carly and scratched the neck, and then straight afterwards has jumped on my head and scratched me in the head. Quite scary really, because you're warned about them all over different types of places that we've been, but here there's no mention of monkeys, and there was only 2, and one of them has just followed us the whole way up to the temple and then attacked us. So yeah, not the best start to this place. On the top of this hill, all very similar in size and stature, but all of them, because they're so old, have got some form of wooden support to keep them upright, because it looks like half of them are about to fall over. They're that old. They are stunning. How stunning this is. Everything about it, the trees, the way it's set slightly in the shade, the temples being so old and nearly falling over. This is unbelievably beautiful. It's so disappointing that the whole experience has been spoiled by a rogue monkey who's just cut us open. Like, it's really shaken Carly up, bless her. I feel quite bad for her, and now we've got to get back down. We'll have to try and find a huge stick or something just to defend ourselves, because that monkey would not stop following us. Even after he first attacked us, he just chased and chased and chased. And bless her, she's never experienced anything like that. Neither have I, to be fair, but the beauty versus that, you're just torn. So we've just parked the bike up and we've arrived at Phnom Sampao, which is the mountain where both the Killing Caves and the Bat Caves are. So you actually get tickets at the entrance of the Bat Cave, and then you can drive past and go up the mountain to come to the Killing Caves. Tickets only cost $1 each, which is an absolute steal for what you get over the next couple of hours. And then the road up is steep, but having a scooter makes all the difference. We've literally arrived at the top of the hill, 75 metres from the caves, so it's perfect. So those Killing Caves are where the Khmer Rouge killed people by pushing them into the caves, and if they weren't dead from the abuse at the top, they certainly were by the time they hit the bottom. If you'd have seen my previous video from Phnom Penh, you would see the atrocities they did at the killing fields and the genocide museum. But it just shows it was happening all over the country. You know, here in Battambang, which is a couple hundred miles away from Phnom Penh, they were still doing horrific things to their own people, none of which had committed crimes. It was just because they didn't fit their ideology. And just over the ridge, a short scooter ride away, we've actually come to the top where I believe the temple is. There is more monkeys, so we're on high alert after what happened earlier. As well as the temple, there is an unbelievable view. Battambang is just in the distance over there. The view from this top, it reminds me similar to Doi Su Tep in Chiang Mai, but it's absolutely special. It's got a brilliant 360 view of the whole of the Cambodian landscape. It's fantastic. So we've just parked up at the Bat Caves nice and early. We got to the hill around 3 o'clock and we've got down here for around 5 o'clock. The bats aren't supposed to start coming out until about 6. It's starting to get really busy in the area, but most people are still at the top of the mountain seeing the Killing Caves. But because we came in good time, we are one of the first people to get a really good seat, so that's one tip for you. Get here for the latest 5 PM and you'll get a good seat and a nice cold beer. This first became famous when Jack Whitehall came to visit with his travel with his father on Netflix. He watched this and that's the first time I saw it. Never did I think I'd ever be able to see it in real, so fingers crossed this is a good one. This is absolutely ridiculous. They reckon there's 15 million bats in that cave. They've been going for about 10 minutes now and they are still streaming out of that cave. It is special, so special. So, second day in Battambang, and before we get on to whereabouts we are, just a quick one about last night's with the bat caves. Overall, they were absolutely incredible to see such a spectacle, phenomenon. You know, the amount of bats inside that cave coming out instinctively, one after the other. But like we said a few times on all these videos, it's the tourists that ruin it. You know, we hadn't even gone pitch black and they hadn't finished and everyone's getting back on their bikes and scooters, off they go. It's like they've got their Instagram moment, next place. It's just, again, disappointing that you can't just stick around to watch all of it. It was only about 20 minutes. But anyway, we are here at Wat Samrong Knong, which I believe is a temple and is supposed to be a Killing Fields memorial somewhere in these grounds. It's free to get into and it is very quiet. Where we've parked, there is literally no tourists, so we're just gonna have a little wander around and see what's here. So that famous saying on that statue is what the leader Pol Pot used as a reason for why they killed children. So what we now know, after speaking to a local who runs a donation centre and walking around looking at the map, is the Khmer Rouge actually took over this whole site with the temple, the Samrong Knong, to use it as a torture house, a prison, and use wells for killing. This 10,000 people died on this site, and it's a religious site. They didn't know when to stop, did they? What this is, however, is a beautifully quiet temple and grounds that's just really nice to walk around. If I'm honest, they don't really promote what happened here enough. If you think of the Chungek Killing Fields in Phnom Penh, there's great advertisement for that place. It is the most famous one, or infamous one, in Cambodia. But here you wouldn't know the atrocities that went on here. I suppose because it is a temple grounds, they want it to be more about religion than history. Oh, one more thing. The main Wat Samrong Knong is shut, of course, for renovation. So our next stop was about 20 minutes outside of town, is called Wat Ek Phnom, or Phnom, and it looks like a nice golden temple set by a lake. So shouldn't take too long to walk around, but we'll have a little look at this one. So entrance into the temple pagoda and the statue is only $1 each. And then behind it is an 11th century pagoda. Beautiful old pagoda, especially with the bright blue sky in the background. There's butterflies flying around. It's so quiet, there's only a handful of tourists. This is a wonderful place to come. It's a brilliant religious site considering the amount you get to see and only paying $1. Well worth a visit. A bit further out of town, but if you're on a tour or if you've got a scooter, I'd definitely put this on the list. For our final thing to do in Battambang, we have come to the legendary bamboo train. Now we've come a bit later in the day, so it's a little bit cooler because it's been red hot all day. It's about 4:30, so the sun will go down in the next hour. So we're hoping to get one of the last train experiences of the day. Tickets cost $5 each, which is not too bad really. We've heard a few reviews that it's a little bit cheeky where they ask for quite a lot of tips and they drop you off at souvenir places. But let's see, you never know. Don't worry, there's only lorries coming, but we're getting dragged along. Isn't this absolutely amazing? Because there's only one track. If something's coming the other way, they've got to give way. So they dismantle the track in about 2 seconds. And then we're just standing by the tracks waiting for them to all go past before we can reassemble ours and go again. Amazing. just over this bridge with a load of locals just fishing and going about their daily lives. There's no souvenir selling or people being cheeky. It's nothing like the reviews said. It's brilliant. It's like being in the local Cambodian culture. It's amazing. That bamboo train ride was unbelievable, but more about that in a second, because we have just dashed it right across Battambang to get back to watch the bats for a second night. They're just about to come out. We've literally just got here, got ourselves a $1 beer, and they're about to start. Oh, can't wait.
lột hào luôn. Hào nó mỏi, sai đang mô cái
It's even better tonight. They've swarmed right over our heads, literally right over our heads. This is so much different to last night. So as we're all packed up and ready to check out this hotel, that is the end of this video. Thank you so much as always for watching this. We absolutely love Battambang. There's so much to do here. This is an absolute must if you come into Cambodia. And we shall see you in the next one when we head to Siem Reap.